بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome all of you wherever you are. I welcome you again with the fourth lecture in the series of the 40 Prophet hadith on politics and ruling. Today's topic is about the obedience, as long as he's not ordered or something, disobedience of Allah. And Abdullah, son of Umar, he said that the Prophet said to listen and to obey on the Muslim on things that he is like and disliked, as long as he is not ordered of a sin. If he ordered of a sin, then there is no obedience. So the hadith says that to listen and to obey on the things that he like and he dislike, as long as not ordered on something of a sin. If he is ordered of a sin, there is no listening nor obedience. This is authenticated hadith. This is narrated in Bukhari in the rules about to listen and to obey the ruler. A Muslim has narrated in the must of obeying the leaders as long as they don't order you of a sin. And we said the leader, he is a representative of the Prophet in protecting the religion and to so the ruler who have the affair of the Muslims, he is representing the Prophet ﷺ on his followers. So he will protect the religion and he will implement their lively affairs. The tales of this was narrated by the scholars of this. They talked about 10 duties that has to be done. In the first one, protection of the religion on its principles that are settled principles and what people has agreed on. If someone innovated or someone get astray, then the proof has to be shown to him. So the religion will be protected from any corruption, and the followers will be protected from making mistakes. When Allah Azza wa Jal said, those that if we give them steadfast in earth, they will establish the prayers, they give the zakah. And the second thing is to implement the rule of Allah between the people who are disputed. When people are there is dispute that usually happened between people. So the ruler is to settle those disputes and to rule with the truth, with justice, and to implement his ruling on them. He cannot talk of a rule that he is no going to implement. Allah said about Dawood that Allah has made him a leader on earth and to follow the justice and not to follow the desire. The third one, establish peace and to protect the affairs. So people will live and they will spread peacefully with the safety on protection of money, wealth, and soul. Also to protect the flaws, that these leaders need to protect all the flaws, all the borders, to protect the Muslims from any aggression from any place. And no one will shed any blood or take any property. Also, jihad, after calling people to Islam, and if somebody, it was ordered, so it will bring stop the aggression, the one that happened or could happen on the Muslims, and it will be also to give victory to the weak, the one that are oppressed. Of course, the Islamic State needs financial funds, charity, and zakah is one of the ways that comes, and also to see how much each one deserve and where that money goes and how it's distributed. He will follow the ayah. Those who spend, they did not go to any of the extreme. They didn't overspend, nor were they miser. Also, to put the equivalent, the ones who are deserve, all those who could help the rulers, they have to be capable of doing the job that is due on them. So all actions has to be efficient and professional. This is what is required on the ruler of the Muslim leader. When he is given the allegiance, then if he did what he did from the duties of the people, and did Allah's right, what Allah obligated on him, then he had that right. You have two right: to obey and to support. To obey him in anything he don't want you to do, because on the Muslims to hear and to obey from what he hate or liked, as long as he's not ordered of a sin. And there is so many hadith that indicate that. But the obedience of any leader, whether it's big or small, whether it is a general or just a small one, it has to be on what is good, what is known to be good. Because the obedience is on the good, not on the bad or evil. Because there is no obedience in something that is evil or a sin with Allah Azza wa Jal. The woman, she is obligated to obey her husband, but not in the disobedience of Allah. The son is supposed to obey his father, but without the disobedience of Allah. The employee, he is responsible to follow the managers and those who are above him, but with no disobedience to Allah. The other thing is to support, meaning to support the leader, and you get in that part is the advice. The Prophet ﷺ said you have to support your brother whether he's transgressed or oppressed. They said we understand when he's oppressed, but how we going to support him when he's an oppressor? He said to stop him from what he's doing, to stand with him, to stop him from going beyond the aggression. And he is within the rules of Sharia, not exceeding them. And these rights, will not be given to him except him fulfill his duties. Ali, son of Abi Talib, he said it is right on the leader to rule by justice and to do the. If he did, then they have to obey him. Because Allah's Prophet ﷺ, he told us to obey. And the Mawdi, and he's the Shafi'i leader, he said if the Imam stood up, then he have fulfilled Allah's right from what he got. And they have to right the obedience and to support. Again, the now the leader could be a general or private. So, and there is the greatest one is the great imama or leadership, which is the ruler. And every person that the leader who put in charge, then he has to be also obeyed. And Allah has obligated the obedience of the leaders of what they are asking for, whether from the things that the Muslims like or not. Because you have to obey the leaders to be able to have organized society instead of a chaos. But it's the most important thing that it has to be in the obedience of Allah. So the leader, he needs to stay away from the sin, and people has to give the obedience of Allah over the disobedience of, because the obedience of the rulers from the obedience of Allah Azza wa Jalla. If the leader he order what if he is asked for a sin, then he don't obey him on that sin by itself. So the Muslim can talk back to him and to, use the wisdom. So again, we're gonna repeat that the Muslim person, he have to listen and obey from what he likes and dislikes, except that he is ordered on a sin. If he did, then there will be no obedience or listening. And the other section, so if could reach the sin of disbelief or getting out of Islam. In the Sahih Bukhari, it says that we went to Ubad ibn Samit and he was sick. So we said, Allah correct your situation. Tell us a hadith that you heard from the Prophet ﷺ. He called us and we gave him allegiance. The rule that the Prophet ﷺ said about going against the rule, if you see a disbelief that is very clear, that with a stubborn refusal to correct it. So they entered to Ubad ibn Samit when he was sick about disobedience of the ruler. when do you do that? Now we're talking about two major things: is to get out because of he is not a Muslim anymore, or because of disobedience of Allah. And each one has its own rules. In the next lecture, inshallah. Until we meet, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. الحمد لله رب العالمين.